Short stories are a great way to practice your writing chops, build up your rejection tolerance, and get your name out there. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to find places to submit your short stories to, break down a recent example of my short story writing process, and then at the very end, read a flash fiction piece that I wrote. First, where to submit to, and all of these links are going to be posted in the pinned comment on the video and in the video description. So Duotrope has an exhaustive list of various publications that you can submit all kinds of works to. There is a limited filtering mechanism. I recommend just finding ones that you think are a match for what you want to be writing and then bookmarking those. Next up, and I really like this one, is Authors Publish. So if you go to this webpage, there's a variety of resources for authors, but if you sign up for their mailing list, then once a month they will send you an email with publications looking for genre writing. So genre writing being like sci-fi, fantasy, horror. So that's awesome. I love that. And I can see sort of what different publications are looking for, hopefully find a match for me. It's a long list, and it's organized for genre writers, unlike the big, long Duotrope page. Now, the most recent short fiction venue that I submitted to is the shiny new Glossy Planet magazine. They release a writing challenge on the first of every month, and it's kind of unique. It's flash fiction. You can write poetry, you can write a short story, but it's got a 1,000-word upper limit. And you only have 15 days between the release of the challenge and the submission deadline, which honestly I kind of liked. It made me feel like I wasn't going to spend the next 3 months writing this story, right? I couldn't. I had to get it in before the deadline. Also, very impressively, there are generous cash prizes for the top 3 accepted stories. I submitted to the October challenge, The Monsters We Made. So the first thing I did, open a blank text document, brainstorm a bunch of ideas. Just get it all out there, try not to censor myself, put it all down. After that, on 3 consecutive days, I wrote 3 entire different short stories, just a first draft. The first one was about an online meeting, a Zoom call that was haunted by the digital assistants of people who had passed away. The second one was sort of a taxonomy of modern digital monsters. And the third one was about a predatory dating advice seminar for men. The taxonomy story didn't really have a plot or characters, so I didn't know where to go with that one. I did poke at it a little bit, but it didn't do anything for me. The dating seminar story was certainly the most fleshed out, but it didn't actually really fit the theme. I kept trying to jam monsters into it, and it felt like I was shoehorning monsters in. It didn't feel organic. So I wanted to go somewhere with the haunted Zoom meeting, the haunted online Zoom meeting idea. I polished up a draft of what I had, I made it the best version that I thought I could, presented it to my critique group. They told me, we like this. It's witty, it's engaging, there's some humor in it, but there's not really any interesting characters at all. And the characters who are there don't really do anything. They were right, so I rewrote it again, focused on my character and who this person is and why this is meaningful to them. So I wrote that story, polished it. I didn't have time to get it back to my critique group because they only meet once a week and I only had this 15-day window. So I had my wife read it and she says, this is good, but it's just steady from front to back. There's no twist, there's no turn, there's no change. And she was also right. So think of that 6-word short story, for sale, baby shoes, never worn. Even this story has a twist, right? Those last 2 words, never worn, recontextualize everything you understood about the story up to that point, all 4 words of it. And this is what my story needed. I heard the advice once that every story, but especially short stories, are like jokes, right? A joke has a setup and a punchline, and you need those in your story even if it's not supposed to be a humor story. And I didn't have that. All I had was just things happening at a steady rate and an ending. And it's not really an ending if nothing changes at the end. So I rewrote the story again, asking myself, okay, first of all, what is the punchline? Because once you have the punchline, you can backtrack and figure out what the setup needs to be. I rewrote that story, and I revised it, and I revised it, and I revised it, because getting a story under 1,000 words is actually really hard. It was floating there at 998 for a little while. I eventually got what I thought was the best version done at around 950 words, which I felt was a nice buffer. It didn't hopefully feel to whoever was reading it like I was chopping out, random arbitrary words just to fit under the count there. So I was pretty happy with it. I liked that I had at least done this as a practice. I submitted it. I didn't mention before there is a $10 submission fee, but I think that's fairly reasonable for what this magazine is doing, especially for the very generous cash prizes they're offering. So I was okay with that. And I present to you now my flash fiction piece, Shibboleth. My mother's ghost cheerfully wishes me a happy birthday, adding, "You're my favorite son. I'm your only son." She replies with a smiley emoji. I smile in spite of my mood. Birthdays make me melancholy. I stare out the little window above the kitchen sink in my efficiency apartment where I live alone, then ask, "Do you know the secret word?" "Penumbra," replies the thing imitating my dead mother. "Nope, better luck next time." And I mean it. I miss her. Penumbra is a partial shadow, as in an eclipse. My digital assistant thinks for me. Not important. My feedback nudges a 500 million floating point values in the artificial neural network that models me. The shadow self is not me, but it tries its best. It drives my car, buys my groceries, recommends shows and movies, then watches them for me. It's not cheap. A chunk of would-have-been inheritance renews my mother's undead simulant, but I'm secretly grateful. In bathrobe and slippers, I log into work, another haven for friendly ghosts. Michaela got hit by a car 2 years ago. A virtual thing wearing her face spins a pen and chews a lock of her long brown hair, ready to spitball ideas as good as my own. We work for a company that makes board games. It's not very lucrative, but the overhead's low. Our software interfaces with your digital self, and your 3D printer craps out a custom game straight into your home. The meeting begins. I throw out some half-baked ideas, then tune out. I message Mom. "Second chance. What's the secret word?" "Is it ultimate?" I wonder if my shadow is talking to her ghost behind my back. "No, Mom. That's the sort of word I would pick." Back when Mom was still alive, she and I went on a hike. We left our devices in the car. This was before digital assistants were embedded in ears, teeth, and finally skulls. Mom said, "I read an article that said you should share a password with your loved ones, out of earshot of your phone, so you can recognize scammers." "Not a bad idea," I admitted. "A shibboleth." "A what?" "Shibboleth. It's a word to help members of secret groups recognize each other." "That's perfect. Let's use it." I rolled my eyes. "You can't make your secret word a word that means secret word. You need something uncommon like, I don't know, amalgam or ulterior." "But won't scammers expect you to use an uncommon word?" "I'll use a common word to throw them off." I shrugged. "Sure, Mom." She thought for a moment. "Soup." "You don't like soup." "That's why it's perfect." "Sure." I smiled indulgently. "We'll go with soup." The interminable workday passes in a haze, and suddenly the sun is setting. I'm free. I don't feel free. Ping. New message. "Hope you had a happy birthday." "What's the secret word?" "Ulterior?" I flinch. It's just iterating on the word from before. But doubt remains. Then I'm scrambling across the apartment. I throw open the closet beside the bed and reach for the top shelf. Old taxes flutter to the ground. I pull down a dusty box and dump its contents onto my bed. My prototype Ouija board knockoff. Built-in electric motors jostle the planchette. You can seance all by yourself. Corporate told me the idea was dead on arrival. I flick the switch. The board rattles, but the ambiance is wrong. Candles are under the sink. An intrusive but helpful thought from my shadow. I find 6 electric candles. 3 of them still work. I array the candles around the board, even the dead ones, then turn out the lights. "Mom? I would like to speak with you." I concentrate. Fingertips on the planchette. "Are you there, Mom?" The planchette drifts. "Yes." I chuckle nervously. That question was too easy. But I'm afraid. Afraid of real ghosts, and afraid that I'm just pathetic and lonely. I reset the planchette. "Is it really you?" "Yes." "What's our secret word?" I keep my fingers light. The planchette seems to move on its own. S-U-P. A fourth candle flickers to life. Goosebumps prickle my skin. "Sup with you?" I ask, straining for levity. "No." My heart pounds. "Did you mean soup?" "Yes." I clear my throat. "Are you well?" "No." The flickering candle goes out. "What's wrong?" "Won't let go." "I don't understand." My voice squeaks. "Want, die." I shake my head. I don't want to understand. "You did die." "Yes." "But you can't move on." "Yes." "Why not?" "You know why." The candles flicker. "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry." My voice breaks. "I can't access your account. What can I do?" Save self. Every candle goes dark. I feel a presence, not my mother, but something else, a familiar monster, the one I bought and trained and invited inside. My throat is dry. "Shadow?" It's been years since I've used any name for it. "Shadow, I would like to close my account." No response. "I'm stressed, that's all. I need sleep." "Shadow," I repeat hesitantly. "Connect to my account." Is this really what I want? Shadow? But there is no shadow. No other. There's only me, sitting alone on my bed with a knockoff Ouija board, inventing ghosts to scare existential fears out of myself. I'm tired. I shouldn't make decisions in this state. I should sleep on it. My heart rate slows. I push the mess off the mattress. Calm descends upon me like a soothing lullaby. As darkness seeps into my mind, I notice a candle flickering urgently. Not important. Something thinks for me.